You ever see someone absolutely lose their mind over a mailbox? I'm talking about the kind of person who treats an HOA rule book like the Bible swears by grass height and has an emotional attachment to paint swatches with names like Tasteful Taupe. That was Karen, our HOA president, self-appointed neighborhood sheriff, and the reason I ended up doing something I never planned on buying half the street just to put an end to the madness. Let me back up a sec. My name's Ethan Maris, and when I moved into Juniper Hollow, I thought I was finally cashing in on the simple American dream. Modest house, solid garage for woodworking neighbors who waved in the morning, nothing fancy, just peace and quiet. What I didn't realize was that in Juniper Hollow, peace was subject to approval, and Karen Duvall was the gatekeeper. She looked harmless enough. Cropped hair, always in a polo, driving a Prius covered in coexist stickers. But man, you'd have an easier time negotiating with airport TSA than getting her to let a rule slide. First week, she fined me for my Navy mailbox. Not slate gray, not HOA approved. $25. A week later, 50 more for hostile curb mulch. No kidding, apparently redwood chips don't blend with the suburban palette. I tried reasoning with her when she came at me for painting my door forest green. Karen, it's just a door. She stared at me through those wire frames and said, "Rules are rules, Ethan. Without them, it's chaos." Honestly, I thought chaos sounded pretty good compared to beige tyranny, but she wasn't having it slap me with another citation for argumentative conduct. Here's where things took a turn. I'm not the type to go quietly. I dug into the HOA bylaws and found a sunset clause buried in the fine print from 1998 that let homeowners exit the HOA under certain tax conditions. I filed the paperwork, figured I'd be free. Nope. Karen lawyered up and sued, said my exit would destabilize property values and lead to community anarchy. Her attorney, some guy named Trent Bluetooth, glued to his head dog-themed tie, came in loud, confident, and clueless. During the hearing, he delivered this speech about suburban fabric and neighborhood values. The judge's face was a mix of confusion and stifled laughter. I countered with that 1994 clause, and the judge threw out her case and ordered her to pay my legal fees $3,000 straight out of the HOA emergency fund. That's when Karen went nuclear. Started blocking my driveway with her Prius, calling me an anarchist, and neighbors spreading rumors I was turning Juniper Hollow into a hippie commune. Mrs. Patterson from 2 doors down asked if I was installing a hot tub on my lawn. Maybe I told her just to see Karen's reaction, but then Karen really crossed a line. She forced a vote to bar me from all neighborhood events, July 4th, barbecue, Halloween parade, even book club. He doesn't belong here if he won't play by the rules, she announced like the queen of suburbia. That's when I switched from defense to offense. You want to exile me? Fine. I'll just buy the whole place. See, most of Juniper Hollow's homes were owned by older couples looking to downsize. The Hendersons wanted to move to Florida. The Yamadas were tired of yard work. The Kellys missed their grandkids in Portland. I started writing quiet handwritten notes. No agents. All cash offers, above market, stress-free. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Henderson, I hear you're considering a move. Let's talk. 6 families said yes in 2 weeks. 2 more caved after Karen hassled them about garage doors. The Patels got written up for leaving theirs open while unloading groceries. When I knocked with a cash offer, they couldn't say yes fast enough. Suddenly, I owned 7 houses on the block. All private sales, different attorneys staggered closings. Karen didn't see it coming. She was too busy nitpicking shrub heights and chasing trash cans. What she'd never realized, every property got a vote in the HOA. And the bylaws amendments passed by majority. Mathematics wasn't Karen's strong suit. At the next meeting, which she insisted on holding in her living room for intimacy, I dropped my bombshell. Motion to dissolve the HOA and reorganize as a private cooperative. The look on her face, priceless. I read the clause aloud. Majority of property owners 60 days notice and you're done. Then I held up notarized ballots from 11 homes, my 7 plus 4 others fed up with her antics. Karen sputtered, "You can't do this, you don't own." The treasurer cut her off, reading the deeds. When he got to Stephen's place, Karen's eyes nearly bugged out. I'd bought it last Tuesday from a couple tired of citations over their vegetable garden. Vote passed. Just like that, the HOA was gone. Karen's power vaporized. Her only recourse. Another lawsuit, this time for emotional distress and conspiracy. Her new lawyer tried to claim I'd weaponized capitalism. The judge, who remembered her from last time, barely kept a straight face reading her 40-page rant about Christmas decorations and toddler scooters. "Ms. Duval," he said, "owning property isn't a crime. Case dismissed." 2 months later, the Williams next to Karen put their house up for sale. She'd driven them nuts about their fence height. I bought it, turned it into a paintball-themed Airbnb, called it Ha Hell Escape. In the listing, no mailbox police, no grass Nazis, no Karen. It was a hit top-rated in town. People snapped selfies with my old mailbox, now rainbow-colored, and left reviews like 5 stars for not getting fined over my trash can. Karen went full hermit mode, blackout curtains, groceries delivered peeking through the blinds as paintball players loaded up. The laughter and splats of paintballs replaced her measuring tape clicks. Eventually, she sold her house. Mold in the basement ignored for months, while she policed everyone else, cost her 40 grand at sale. The irony. The queen of property standards let her own place rot from the inside. I watched her leave from my front yard, Karen, in her Prius engine running, just staring. The woman who built a fortress of rules, now boxed out by the very system she tried to control. Now Juniper Hollow's a place where lawn flamingos roam free, people actually chat, and nobody cares if your door's forest green. Mrs. Patterson grows tomatoes in her front yard. The Krishnans put up a fountain. Someone installed a little free library, no permission needed. I still live in my same house, same mailbox, same green door. Only difference, I own half the street, and Karen's legacy is just a punchline at the next block party. What's the lesson? If you're going to start a war over a mailbox, maybe check if the other guy has enough cash to buy your army out from under you. Karen learned it the hard way, one deed at a time. And yeah, she made one last stand on Facebook about decency and order. I wished her luck. She blocked me, but not before I screenshot it for the Airbnb Wall of Fame. So, what do you think? Was I right to fight fire with fire, or does community mean sticking to the rules no matter how crazy they get? Let me know in the comments. Is it justice, pettiness, or something in between when the HOA gets a taste of its own medicine? I'm honestly curious where you stand.